Hi, I'm Wendy Van Wagner.
And I'm Joe Mead, and welcome to In the Kitchen Cooking School.
Today we're going to be making sauerkraut using a harsh crock. So to begin, you want to make sure you have all your ingredients in front of you. You want to have a really large bowl to toss your shredded cabbage and salt. You want to have some sort of pounding device. These are traditional wooden pounders. You want to make sure you have plenty of sea salt. And then if you want to add any flavoring to your sauerkraut, you can choose caraway seeds, you could choose juniper berries, or you could just make it traditional with salt and cabbage. And also, you want to have a good recipe to depend on. This sauerkraut book has the history of sauerkraut as well as some good recipes to choose from.
We'll be using one of three sizes of the harsh crocks today. There's a 5-liter, a 10-liter, and a 20-liter. So the first thing you want to do is you want to peel down your cabbage if there's any bruised or damaged leaves on the outside.
And you really want to make sure that you do get all of the bruised leaves off as well, because you're not going to be washing the sauerkraut. Everything inside is clean because it's wrapped up with the leaves. You want to cut the core out before you start slicing it.
You always want to start with organically grown cabbage. They have much higher sugars, which allows the lacto-fermentation process to get going.
So when you get ready to shred, make sure you have a really sharp knife. So when you're slicing, make sure you get it as thin as you can.
If you keep your fingers back rather than flat when you're holding it, it's much safer as you won't cut the ends of your fingers. So you pull your fingers back and allow them to form a guide for the blade. And that allows you to slice the cabbage very thin. Or you can use a traditional sauerkraut cutter. Every recipe that you'll encounter for making lacto-fermented vegetables calls for different amounts of salt. The most important thing is it needs salt. So for this 12 pounds, we're going to go with a standard recipe of 4 tablespoons of salt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up really well.
So here's our traditional sauerkraut pounder. You want to just take it and start pounding the cabbage. I like to rotate the bowl as I'm pounding to get every possible angle. If you don't have one of these pounders, you can use a Coke bottle or a meat pounder.
With an emphasis on cleanliness, it's always great to rinse your crock before you pack your vegetables in it. Now this is the harsh crock. It's got this great fitting lid, and then it has weights that are already inside. We'll just pull those out. This has all been rinsed.
So you want to start packing your cabbage into the harsh crock, and we're going to start pressing it to get the liquid to rise to the top.
And we're going to continue to press the cabbage down into the crock until liquid starts to come up over the top of the cabbage. That's when we know it's time to place in the ceramic weights. You get the liquid up over the weights, and once you're there, we're ready to put the lid on and seal the crock. Once you add the lid, you can see that there's a little space, and you add water along the ring, and that seals it. So now you're ready to put your crock away and let the vegetables begin to ferment. You do want to check the water level from time to time to make sure that you're not going below the seal. Find a nice out-of-the-way place where the temperature is relatively stable. 60 to 70 degrees is recommended. So after 4 weeks' time, you're going to be ready to enjoy your delicious sauerkraut. Oh, thank you.
Thanks for growing organically and eating organically too.